What's up, everyone? So we are at Hitch Fit Gym. I am with
Micah, hold on one second. Hold on. Okay, I'm good.
How you doing, everyone? We are at Hitch Fit Gym. I am with online transformation Tim Smith. Tim is 42, going on 43. Day one, he came in at 267 pounds. He had got weighed by the doctor. Belly was at 49 inches. Body fat at 41%, lean muscle 158, total fat 109 pounds on his frame. How tall are you?
5'7".
5'7". So he was at a place that obviously you don't want to be at, not only internally and physically, but emotionally too. Today, he hopped on the scale this morning, 183.9 pounds, 34-inch stomach, 16.14% body fat. He lost a total of 80 pounds of fat, 15 inches off his stomach, 25% body fat. I mean, it's ridiculous numbers. You know, I mean, just absolutely ridiculous. We were looking over those day one photos, and I want you to take me back to the place that you were at. I mean, emotionally, mentally, physically. You know, you have a job that requires you to be pretty physical. So you know, take us back to that day. Well, and how you got there.
Well, it was crazy, really. When I got on the police department, I was in good shape, and I worked myself into. I was a SWAT officer, and I did that for a number of years. When I got out of SWAT, I mean, back then we ate whatever we wanted to eat. We worked out all the time. Heck, we got paid to work out. I went to the robbery unit and became a detective. And I ate like I was in SWAT, and I saw the working out part.
Yeah.
And it just quickly started, you know, adding up. And before I knew it, it really gotten out of hand. I was, you know, I would play it off a lot. You know, I kind of relied on my sense of humor to get me through a lot of things. And but it just, I just realized one day that I had to pull the pin on that, and it was just too much. I was just weighing too much.
Was there an aha moment at the very beginning that you were like, you know what, like, I'm looking in the mirror, like, who is this person? This isn't me, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean, it kind of happened. There's a few things that happened all at once, really. At work, they had a health fair, and I went to this health fair, and it was crazy. So I didn't want to go at all, because I knew what they were going to tell me. They were going to tell me I was fat, out of shape, everything was bad. But then somebody said, hey, they're giving $50 cash. So I'm like, you know what? I'll go for $50 cash. And so I went, and I'm really glad I did. They smacked me right in the face, just drilled me right in the face. And I was like, okay, you need to go see your doctor, and you need to straighten some things out. So I went and saw my doctor. About this time, I started really getting with people and telling them, hey, I wanted to do something. I tried to kind of rely on myself in the past, and although I thought I knew what to do, I probably truly didn't know what to do. My eating, I could have worked out perfect, but my eating would have still been all wrong. And then that's when I came across Hitch Fit through friends, through peers, guys I worked out with, or worked with, really. I wasn't doing very much working out. And I came across Brandy Wisdom's picture, and it really got to me because, I mean, she lives 7 houses away from me. And it was a real live human being. It was just a real person. It wasn't somebody in a magazine that I'd never met before. I mean, I saw it right in front of my eyes. And so I was just so close to pulling the trigger. Then I see Chad Evans. It's a guy I worked with. I'm thinking, okay, this is it.
Yeah.
There's no, if these guys can do it, you know, bless their hearts, if they can do it, there's no way I can't do it.
Yeah.
And so that's really it, you know.
I mean, I look at these before and after pictures, and you did it online, so I wasn't seeing you weekly, but, you know, I would just get your emails, and we'll talk about the journey of the transformation now, and the ups and downs and lefts and rights of it, because a lot of people just see a before picture and after picture and go, okay, what do I got to do? You know, but what a lot of people don't see is all the ups that you have and those highs and those emails you're sending me, oh man, I'm kicking butt, I'm feeling great. And then those lows of things that happen too, what we call life. So go over a little bit of your transformation, the tough parts, the parts that you got through, and ultimately where you are now.
Well, being so big, it was exciting at first, because I saw pretty quick results. I mean, I was losing 10, 15 pounds here, you know, every week. It was going pretty quick for me. There were some, along with that, there were some tough spots. I remember the first day I wanted to run.
Yeah.
I know I was never really I ran a little bit in the academy when I was younger, you know, in the police academy, but I just felt like, you know, that road work was where I was going to lose that weight. You know, it was one of the ways. And I wanted to become a runner. So I remember taking off, starting that first day, and I got, I mean, not to the end of my block, and I'm thinking, boy, this is a horrible idea. What am I thinking? But then I just laughed. You know, I just smiled inside and said, well, buddy, it's going to get easier tomorrow. And I was right. You know, heck, by the time I was done, I was doing, right now, I'm doing 14-mile runs on a regular basis. I do 10-mile runs all the time.
Wow. And
like a short run to me now is, you know, 4 miles. It's just a short little get out and get back. And I would have never been able to do that before. But along the way, at first I was, kind of to go back, I was clicking. And I thought, okay, this is good. I had the family support, which was huge. You know, my wife is the best. I know everybody out there thinks they have a great wife, but you don't have mine. She's awesome.
Yeah.
And so I'm doing great. And then I've got this little extra energy. So I'm sparring with that guy that's way too big for me to be sparring with. Been my buddy for
David versus Goliath here. All
yeah,
right,
I mean, buddy of mine in the police academy. We've grown up in the police department together. And so I snuck one in on him. And he snuck one in on me back, and it hurt. He got me pretty good, and it actually broke my rib. And so it was bad, man. It hurt really bad. I played it off, you know, and when I get back to my wife, I slept in the bed like I was making snow angels. You know, my poor wife was sleeping on a cot in my son's room, and that really took about 6 weeks before I could ever even run. Now I could walk.
Yeah. And
so I had gotten in my mind when I started. I knew that I was going to have some sort of setback. I wasn't sure what it was going to be. I didn't know if it would be injury or illness, but I tried to mentally prepare for that, you know, for any kind of setback, and I kind of got rid of the excuses, you know. It's just like, okay, you just have to roll with the punches here. And so even though I couldn't run, I could walk.
Yeah.
And so I'd turn on a movie downstairs, turn the treadmill on, and, you know, I just walked for 2 hours, hour and a half watching a movie. And so, but I maintained that diet, and I still, even though I couldn't, you know, work out, so to speak, I still lost weight.
Yeah.
Even when I couldn't work out, because I was sticking to that diet.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. I mean, you're going over a lot of the stuff, you know, the physical stuff. You went from 20 to 100 push-ups. You can now run 14 miles a day. I want to go and move over into the emotional state of where you're at now comparative to where you were then. I'm talking about your family life, how much more active you can be with your kids now, all the stuff that maybe you don't see in pictures.
Right. Well, I think when I started this thing, well, I wasn't happy. I mean, I have a good job, you know, and I love my police department family. It means everything.
They're amazing, yeah.
And so I've always been happy with my job, but I wasn't really happy with where I'd gotten myself, right? That hole I dug for myself. So I did kind of hide behind humor, and, you know, and I'd play it off, and I'd take on that fat guy role, you know, but it wasn't me, you know, and it really wasn't me, and I wanted it to be over. So I really wasn't happy with myself. Physically, I wasn't where I need to be, but mentally, I was tired. I was drained all the time. I wasn't giving my wife and my kids all the things that they needed. I wasn't setting a good example for them, that's for sure. And that's kind of the hardest thing for me to kind of, when I think about it, that's the hardest thing for me to think about. So I wasn't being a role model.
You weren't 100% yourself. How do you expect to be a role model for anyone else when you're not there 100%?
Oh yeah, it is tough. But I kind of decided that, you know, through it, I'm like, you know what? You know, my son's musically inclined, and my daughter's a heck of a little athlete, and I'm thinking, here I am on the couch cheering these guys on to do all these great things, but I'm just some guy sitting on the couch. I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
You know, I might win a pie eating contest or something like that, but I'm not gonna not going to go out and want to race. I'm not setting a good example. So that was what I really wanted to do, is I wanted to show them that, you know, through hard work and dedication, and that you could achieve goals, even if they seemed, you know, far-fetched.
Yeah. And
it's just sticking with it. And so I know they got it. I know they got the message loud and clear. I'm happy all the time. I have more energy than I know what to do with. I'm more confident. I mean, you know, I hope it's not annoying, you know, but I truly am. I'm more confident than I've ever been in my life. I'm happy. Man, I love going to work. I love seeing my friends. You know, it's great.
So how have your peers, I mean, been towards you? Because obviously you're a completely different person, and your wife as well. I mean, I can't, you know, imagine just how different things are there.
Well, you know, my friends have always been there for me. You know, they've always been there. But they're happy. Yeah. You know, I know I have a couple really good friends that had pulled me aside. My father one time had pulled me aside and said, "Hey, man, you know, you need to do something."
Yeah.
And so now that I know that they're happy for me.
That's
they
awesome.
tell me, and I think what's been really cool is, you know, Brandon sent me, and I don't want to embarrass him, but Brandon Wenders, you know, he's one of the guys I looked up to during this transformation, because he had done such a good job at Hitch for himself, and you know, he sent me a text the other day telling me that, you know, I told him how he'd inspired me through this process, and he said, "Well, now you're inspiring me," and so that felt really good.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
I get a lot of that now. I mean, this is corny. My buddy goes, "Give me some Timspiration today."
You know, and I was just mentioning that before we turned on the camera. I think one of the most powerful things for me is when people go through transformation, like I get to transform a little bit with them. I get to vicariously live through you, because when I went through my transformation and getting to that end result, I had no idea that ultimately like Hitch Fit would be made, and then I would be able to share my passion with others and teach them a lifestyle living. So, you know, you're going to inspire so many people around the globe. You know, globally, we're going to, you know, get you in publications and be able to share your story with so many people. So extremely proud of you, man, for all the work you've done, and the countless hours of training and proper nutrition and whatnot. So at this point, what are your future goals? What do you want to do?
Well, I thought you and I would discuss that, you know, see where I want to get. I wouldn't mind getting a little bigger, you know. I think at a certain point in my age, in my line of work, I think that there's a certain point where strong is strong enough. You know, I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to get. But I just want to. I want to be that old guy, you know, in 10, 20 years that can still hang with the young guys. That's kind of
all the young guys still respect like that guy.
And that's what I want to do. Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Awesome, awesome. So, well, we'll hit those goals. We'll hit whatever goals you want to do. You know,
no doubt, man. I have no doubt that we will.
So, like I told you day one, I said, be 100% ready. You were 100% ready. I said, follow the plan. You followed the plan. I said, what I can always promise you, if you follow the plan and you're 100%, you're going to get amazing results and stuff that you don't even realize you're going to get. You know, and through that, you know, you've shared your story and you can look at it. The body is literally an added bonus to the full transformation that happens there. The stuff behind closed doors that people don't know, you know. So
it'll make you better.
Yeah.
It'll make you better. You know, I know that it's just made it. There's just no. It's like one big broad stroke. I mean, it just has literally made my entire life better.
That's so awesome.
I don't know how else to put it.
Yeah.
And you know, I see people. You know, we talk to people. I talk to people all day, you know, at work and stuff. And as I started losing the weight, they say, "Hey, man, what are you doing?" And I tell them what I was doing, and you know, they have the same excuses that I have, and I just tell them, man, I promise you, I promise you, like I was promised, if you do this plan, you absolutely, I mean, just do this plan, and you absolutely lose weight.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll not just lose weight, you'll just, you know, transform. You know, you'll get yourself back. I mean, it's 100%. if you give it 100%.
Correct. There's no, if you go into it with no option of failure, then you will always succeed within this. It's a plan that will never lose if you follow it.
Right.
You know, the only way you lose is if you fail yourself and you're giving yourself excuses. Oh well, I had to go drink with my friends. Oh, I had to go eat this bad food. Oh, I was tired. I was lazy, you know. I go and watch a lot of inspirational videos of guys with no legs that are working out,
Right.
the guys with no arms that are training hard and everything else, you know, and I go, what's your excuse?
Right.
You know, we're blessed to have everything working 100% and you have an excuse.
You're right. At work, my boss, he's a great guy, and he's got a book. And it's a bunch of war stories that are, you know, of the recent era, you know, of a lot of the recent fighting with our SEALs and Special Forces guys and just our military in general. And somebody will start whining, and Eric will say, hey, why don't you flip to page 21? And it's a story about, you know, a military guy who got his leg blown off and still continued to go through and fight and,
Wow.
and save people. And so, you know, that's what's hard.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff is hard. Pushing away from a Twinkie is not that hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're right. You're right.
I'm not going to knock out a sleeve of Oreos today.
No.
I'm not.
No. No. So, well, buddy, I'm beyond proud of you. This is just the start of your journey, as weird as that sounds, because you're going to inspire so many people. You have no idea right now. Think of Chad Evans and all the people that he's inspired, Brandon Winters, all those. You're going to be that guy next. These people from around the globe are going to be emailing you, asking you, you know, some tips and inspiration to them. And, you know, here at Hitch, we're very, very proud of you. So you did this all online. Crazy.
I did.
All right, buddy. So thank you guys so much for following us through Tim's journey and transformation. You know, his story is like many of the other stories that have gone through Hitch Fit here. All a different walk of life, but all the same results. So thank you so much. Follow us at hitchfit.com and have a healthy and happy day.